Bryce Young, and he was just selected by the Carolina Panthers with the first pick in this year's draft.
Pressure again. Young escapes for now. Still alive. As is patented Bryce Young magic.
But today we will be playing out his entire NFL career to see if he will become a future superstar or a future bust. We will have a series of challenges to complete throughout Bryce's NFL career, such as winning a Super Bowl. And we need to win a Super Bowl with Bryce Young to quiet the haters like Keyshawn Johnson.
I like him, but he's going to get killed out here. K-I-L-T.
But that's a long way ahead of us. Let's check into draft day. Bryce Young, welcome to Carolina. Our potential future superstar, Bryce Young, number 9 at a 78 overall. And yeah, I know that's not what Bryce Young looks like, okay? But he's not in the game yet. This is what the offense looks like. We have Adam Thielen and we have Laviska Shenault with Terrace Marshall as our wide receiver 3. Oh, and we drafted Washington too. That's kind of random, but we'll take it. Regardless, we'll be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks in our very first game as a Carolina Panther. And despite a rocky start with missed throws and missed opportunities, Bryce Young would pile a very respectable rookie debut, throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also went 24 for 33, bro. This has to be one of the best rookie debuts we have ever seen. And we got the dub too. I just don't know why Jacoby Brissett's on the Seahawks. And followed by his week 1 performance, Bryce Young would win NFC Offensive Player of the Week with his performance. Wow, this is very promising. And I guess Tom Brady's back on the Patriots. Okay, I'm just gonna act like I didn't see that. In fact, that debut proved to not be a fluke, as Bryce Young would lead the Panthers to a 6-1 record at the mid-season point. We are 6-1 right now. Bryce Young is going crazy. In fact, Bryce Young was 8th in the NFL in passing yards, as he had a 15-2 touchdown to interception ratio as well. This man is putting up MVP type numbers in his very first season. Things are looking pretty promising for the Panthers fans and Bryce Young enthusiasts out there. We would eventually finish this season 10-7, winning the NFC South, as Bryce Young would already get his first taste of the playoffs. Okay, we did go 6-1 and then we finished 10-7. So according to my math, we finished 4-6. That's not good. But what was good was Bryce Young's rookie season stats. 4,500 yards with 31 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. This man is going places, gentlemen. What was more alarming was that Bryce Young wasn't even the best rookie quarterback this year. CJ Stroud threw for 5,000 yards with 37 touchdowns. Did we potentially pick the wrong quarterback? Fortunately for us, we wouldn't have time for that, as it was time for Bryce Young's very first playoff game. Okay, come on, Bryce Young. We got a home field advantage. We got everything you could ask for. Just playing the 49ers is not something you'd want to ask for. We would eventually jump out to a 3-point lead, as the San Francisco 49ers would tie us at 17, and Bryce Young would march down and score 7 before the 49ers would march down and end up scoring again and defeating us. No, we're 1-done in the playoffs. And you could say that this game wasn't Bryce Young's best. Only 1 touchdown. That's not the greatest, Bryce. To make matters worse, CJ Stroud would actually end up winning Offensive Rookie of the Year and finishing 4th in the MVP voting. Okay, CJ Stroud looks like the better player right now, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with Bryce Young right now. Because heading into season 2, Bryce Young would be an 82 overall, meaning he was for sure going to take that next leap. Okay, no, we finished 5-12, and the Texans finished 4-13. And it wouldn't look like it would be Bryce Young's fault, as he would have another terrific season. Okay, this season's almost identical as his rookie season, so I will take that. That's a nice stat line. Whereas CJ Stroud would take a step back compared to his rookie season. Okay, like I said, I'm okay with Bryce Young right now, because CJ Stroud's stats don't look the greatest right now. In fact, the next season would literally be identical, as we would finish with a 5-12 record. Okay, what is going on, guys? Cue the Donovan Mitchell meme, because it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. And Bryce would end up having his worst season by far, not even surpassing 4,000 passing yards. Okay, and we only threw for 23 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Not good, Bryce. But all of this would change heading into Bryce Young's 4th season. Oh, did we give Bryce Young a weapon? Not only would we land DK Metcalf, but we would also land Dalvin Cook. Oh, now Bryce Young has his weapons. And heading into year 4, us an 85 overall with a new wide receiver 1 option and 96 overall DK Metcalf. Nope, things do not look any more different, as we are 3-4. We do not look like contenders. And not much would change, as the Panthers would finish 6-11 in Bryce Young's 4th season. Okay, we signed DK Metcalf and Dalvin Cook, and we only got 1 more win out of it. But on a rather positive note, Bryce Young would have one of his best seasons yet, throwing for 4,300 yards and 34 touchdowns. Hey, this is a really solid season for Bryce. I'm happy. We just need a win. Well, we can say the Panthers won't be winning anytime soon, as Bryce Young looks to officially leave Carolina. Dude, look at his re-sign interest. He doesn't even want to be anywhere near Carolina. And even after emptying my wallets for Bryce Young, he decided that he would test the waters in free agency. Oh, Bryce, are you kidding me? And just like that, after 4 seasons, Bryce Young's tenure in Carolina is officially over. Eagles signed free agent quarterback Bryce Young to 5-year, $147 million contract. This man got a bag. And I guess Jalen Hurts didn't get a bag in this universe because I don't know what happened to him. And after going 11-6 the previous season, the Eagles get the franchise quarterback that they have been seeking. Year 5 for Bryce Young, and we're an 87 overall. And we're still a superstar, so hopefully we can get up to Superstar X Factor soon. But this season certainly wouldn't help that, as we would finish with a 5-12 record again. Bryce Young is literally the king at going 5-12. Every goddamn season he finishes 5-12. And despite having a pretty decent season, Bryce Young wasn't paid to be just decent. Okay, this isn't a bad stat line, a bad season stat line, but I mean, Bryce Young, you're getting paid generational wealth. You are supposed to be that guy. With another season finishing poorly, it looks like Keyshawn Johnson could potentially be right about Bryce Young. Okay, despite the poor season, we are now an 89 overall heading into year 6. I feel like if this is a good season, we could potentially get Superstar X Factor. But unfortunately for Bryce Young and the Eagles, we would have yet another losing season. Okay, well, at least we're in the right direction. Okay, 8-9, it's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. We have seen worse. In fact, Bryce Young would actually have his best season by far. 4,600 yards with 36 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. At this point, I don't even know what it is. So if you couldn't tell, the Eagles have a loaded wide receiver core in Jackson Smith and Jigba, Dallas Goedert, Devonta Smith, and AJ Brown. Okay, like, what am I missing here? Why are we not playing well? Well, I wouldn't have much time to figure out why, because I was quickly presented with a surprise. Hey, we're Superstar X Factor. Okay, Bryce Young. And we're up to a 93 overall. Okay. Hey, maybe now we're able to... Nope, we have another losing season again, finishing 6-11. Bryce Young, can we please win? But to my surprise, Bryce Young wasn't even the captain of the ship anymore. Will Levis is now the quarterback. Why is Bryce Young being benched? But to my surprise, Bryce Young had a torn pectoral. Bryce Young got a torn pectoral? And he's out 11 weeks? But thankfully, to our surprise, Bryce Young will make a full recovery. Okay, heading into year 8, we are 100% healthy. Maybe now we could finally win some games. Nope, we are still 7-10. Just absolute mid, straight and mediocre ball. This is crazy. And despite another pretty solid season, Anthony Richardson will be stealing the show. Anthony Richardson just threw for 5,300 yards. He threw for 35 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. This looks like the #1 overall pick. But through all the years with the Eagles and all the mediocre seasons and records, Bryce Young would opt out of his contract with the Philadelphia Eagles and would sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers in year 9. Ooh, I'm excited for this journey. We're 92 overall. We have George Pickens, who is a 99. We have Pat Freiermuth, who's a 91. We reunited with Laviska Shenault. Things are looking good. Nope, once again, we finish 8-9. Bryce Young is literally just like Damian Lillard of the NFL. Stuck in absolute mid. And although Bryce Young had a pretty solid season, this wasn't the only thing that caught my eye. We have Justin Herbert as a backup. Justin Herbert. He's an 87 overall and he's in year 12. Okay. And with Bryce Young himself having a pretty decent season, it wasn't enough to make the playoffs, so we had to go to free agency to make a splash. Oh yeah, we gotta get CeeDee Lamb opposite of George Pickens. We would offer CeeDee Lamb and Pierre Wall. Okay, yeah, I don't know who that is either, but he's pretty good. I think we go 2 for 2 in free agency. Okay, so we land CeeDee Lamb and we land Pierre. Ooh, Bryce has some weapons. And now with George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Pierre Wall, and Pat Freiermuth, we should be able to make the playoffs, right? Fortunately for us, we would, as Bryce Young would lead us to an 11-6 record, his first winning record in God knows how long. We have finally made the playoffs. It feels like an eternity. I feel like we only made the playoffs that 1 year his rookie season. And there was a big reason why we made the playoffs, as Bryce Young would have his best season of his career, throwing for 4,500 yards and having 45 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Okay, this is ridiculous. If Bryce Young doesn't win MVP, I don't know who will. But we had little time to worry about the MVP award because we had a playoff game to prepare for. The Las Vegas Raiders coming to town. And although Bryce Young was a 10-year vet, he didn't have much playoff experience. But that didn't matter to him, as he showed why he was the first overall pick almost a decade ago.
Young, gonna go long. Man out there, got him in stride.
Bryce Young and Taylor May would end up in a legendary shootouts, but Bryce Young would come out on top with the victory. 615 yards. Bryce is himmy. We would then head into the divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs, who would still have Patrick Mahomes at a 95 overall. Despite rainy and poor weather conditions, it wouldn't matter for Bryce Young as he would defeat Patrick Mahomes on the road in Arrowhead. 24-17. And Bryce Young would come back to reality a little bit this game. Okay, he wouldn't have 600 passing yards this game, but that was enough to win the game, so I am fine with 259. But those 259 passing yards gave us another opportunity at a Super Bowl. The AFC Conference Championship against the Miami Dolphins. And Bijan Robinson is a 99 overall. And this is what Bryce Young has been preparing for his entire career, was a chance at a Super Bowl. And with the trip on the line against the Miami Dolphins, Bryce Young and the Pittsburgh Steelers wouldn't disappoint us. They would put on a masterclass on offense, but the defense would let up 31 points in a 31-27 loss. 31-27. And Bryce Young would have a pretty solid stat line, but he would throw 2 interceptions in the loss. Oh, dude, that could have been it. That could have been our Super Bowl chance. Bryce Young would then play for the Steelers a couple more seasons and would be bounced around the league, not doing much besides being a backup and mentor for future young quarterbacks, but he wouldn't do much as he would eventually retire. Congratulations, Bryce. You have become a shining example for college athletes everywhere. Early on, you were unscouted. Okay, I don't know about that. Either way, no one gave you a chance, but despite it all, you worked your way onto an NFL roster. And Bryce Young, enjoy retirement as all the young kings would salute you as you ride off into glory. And Bryce Young will be a young star in the NFL, but you want to know who another young star in the NFL is? Garrett Wilson. And we all want to see how his career pans out, but lucky for you, I made this exact same video I did today, but for Garrett Wilson. So if you want to see it, click right here. It was a banger. It was a heater. Just check it out. Click right here.